Hi traders, you are welcome to this video. You are welcome back to the Forex Geek channel. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then you are missing out. Okay, you're missing out on a lot because we cover a lot of very useful information in this channel, including trading strategies, indicators, and a whole lot of information that can really assist you in your trading journey. Okay, so without further ado, we're going to be getting into the main theme for this video. All right, and in this video, we are going to be talking about some of the most powerful indicators in trading. They may not exactly give you the best of profits, but they are effective indicators that a lot of traders use. Okay, a lot of traders use these indicators. We're going to be looking at the moving averages, the relative strength index, the Bollinger Bands, the moving average convergence divergence, and the stochastic oscillator. Briefly, we are going to be looking at these five indicators. Okay, so if you are serious about refining your trades on the 1 hour charts, these are indicators that are very useful on the 1 hour charts. Okay, they do not guarantee profit, but they are useful on the 1 hour charts, right? We're going to be looking at these indicators and how you can apply them on the 1 hour chart. Okay, now let's jump in. Starting with the moving average. The moving average is a classic for a reason, right? It's a classic for a reason. The moving average smooths out price fluctuations. I'm just going to be adding the moving average to the chart right away. Okay, I'm just going to use the 50 EMA. All right. So the moving average smooths out price fluctuations, giving you a cleaner view of the market's overall direction. So when you are using the moving average, I'm just going to go to the 1 hour charts. Okay, we're going to be using the 1 hour charts. So basically, the moving average tells you the direction of the trend. As you can see, during this period, it tells us that this is a bullish trend because price was trading above the moving average. So that is what the moving average does. It tells us the direction of the trend, and it also tells us when to buy or when to sell. Basically, in the direction of the trend, when the price of the asset bounces off the moving average is a signal, right? In a bullish trend, when it bounces off the moving average going upwards, it's a buy signal. In a bearish trend, when it bounces off the moving average going downwards, it's a sell signal. Okay, so on a 1 hour chart, I recommend starting with the 50 or the 100 EMA. As you can see, this particular one is 50. You can decide to use 50 EMA or 100 EMA when you are trading on the 1 hour chart. Okay, now the second indicator we are going to be looking at is the relative strength index. All right, the relative strength index. Now this one's all about momentum. This indicator is all about momentum. The RSI measures how fast and intense price movements are, which can give you insight into overbought or oversold conditions. Typically, if RSI hits above 70, it suggests the market might be overbought. Prime time to watch for potential pullbacks. Okay, let us just look at any practical example we can find. All right, we can see that at this point, when the RSI was in the overbought territory and started pointing downward, we can see clearly that there was a pullback, even though this was a bullish trend, as indicated by the moving average. We can see it here clearly. This was a bullish trend. Price was trading above the moving average. But then when the RSI was in the overbought territory and beginning to point downwards, we can see that there was a pullback. Okay, even at these other intervals, when we had some little pullbacks, these ones were very small pullbacks. As you can see, at this point there was a very little pullback. At this point there was a very little pullback. But for the fact that the RSI was still around the overbought territory, it shows that there would likely still be a prominent pullback, and we can see that this pullback was more substantial when the RSI dropped close to, below the 50 level. So we can see that the pullback eventually happened. Okay, so on the 1 hour chart, RSI can act as a great confirmation tool. You can pair it with the moving average to get a sense of whether a trend has strength or might be nearing exhaustion. Now, the third indicator we are going to be looking at is the Bollinger Bands. All right, the Bollinger Bands. Now, let's talk Bollinger Bands. This indicator shows you market volatility with a central moving average line flanked by two bands. Okay, you can see we have the central moving average line in the middle here, and we have the two bands flanked, on either side, right? We have one above and another below. So when the bands spread far apart, it means volatility is high. As we can see, it happened here. When the bands spread far apart, you can see the distance. It shows a high volatility, and you can see what happened here, right? It shows a high volatility. Now, tight bands indicate low volatility, as we can see. You can see how the bands tightened around this point. It shows that the volatility was low around this zone, okay? Now, the cool thing here is you can use these bands to set your expectations for support and resistance, because you can see that the upper band was serving as resistance, the lower band was serving as support. So these Bollinger Bands can also serve as dynamic support and resistance levels. Okay, for example, if the price is nearing the upper band, it could be a sign that the market's overextended, right? So if you're in a buy trade and the price is nearing the upper band, or it gets to the upper band and begins to come down, it shows that you might want to exit your buy trade because the buyers are getting exhausted. Okay. All right. Now on the 1 hour chart, Bollinger Bands are invaluable for catching these short-term fluctuations. Okay. Now the fourth indicator we are going to be looking at is the MACD. Okay, the moving average convergence divergence. That is the fourth indicator on our list. Now moving on to the MACD. This indicator is fantastic for spotting trend direction. Okay, MACD uses two moving averages, a shorter one and a longer one, and a histogram that shows the difference between the two. Okay, now a crossover, we can see when we have the MACD line crossing below the zero line, it shows a sell. On the other hand, when we have the MACD line crossing above the zero line, it shows a buy. So basically, the signals are easy to spot. And when you have an increasing histogram bars, it shows a strength in momentum. Okay, but when you have short histogram bars, it shows weakening momentum, as we can see reflecting on the price chart. Okay, all right, so this indicator is very easy to use, and you can also use this indicator to spot divergence. For example, when you have the price of the assets making higher highs, but you have the indicator of the MACD making lower highs, it can show that a bearish reversal is imminent. It can show that a bearish reversal is imminent. On the other hand, when you have the price making lower lows and you have the MACD making higher lows, it could show that a bullish reversal is imminent. So you can use the MACD to also spot potential reversals. Okay. Now the last but not the least is the stochastic oscillator. All right, the stochastic oscillator. Now this momentum indicator is perfect for catching short-term reversals on the 1 hour chart. It compares the closing price of an asset to its range over a recent period, generating values between 0 and 100, as we can see. Now when the stochastic moves above 80, when it moves above 80, it's often a signal that the market might be overbought, right? When it dips below 20, it's likely oversold. So use it as a guide to find moments when price is likely to shift direction, giving you a chance to enter or exit with precision. So we can see now a very quick example. You can see that when the stochastic was in overbought territory and beginning to point downward, you can see that there was a pullback, even though this was a bullish trend, right? So the stochastic oscillator can help you to spot pullbacks on time and reversals on time. It can give you entry points and exit points. Okay, it can show you when it's time to enter a trade, perhaps when in a bullish trend the bullish continuation is about to the bullish move is about to continue, or perhaps in a bearish trend, maybe when the bearish move is about to continue. The stochastic oscillator can hint you at those possible times. Okay, and there you have it, the 5 best indicators for the 1 hour chart. Each of these indicators has its strengths, and when combined, they give you a full perspective of the market. Moving averages help identify trends, RSI and stochastic give insight into momentum, Bollinger Bands show volatility, and MACD signals potential trend shifts. Remember, no single indicator works on its own, okay? Test these out, tweak the settings, and find what fits your style best, right? If this breakdown was helpful, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're interested in more trading insights, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.